You're listening to the Mindful Mama podcast, episode number 287. Today is a short mindful parenting bite asking the question, is love enough? Welcome to the Mindful Mama podcast, now with over 1 million downloads. Here it's about becoming a less irritable, more joyful parent. At Mindful Mama, we know that you cannot give what you do not have. And when you've calm and peace within, then you can give it to your children. I'm your host, Hunter Clark-Fields, Mindful Mama Mentor. I help smart, thoughtful parents stay calm so they can have strong, connected relationships with their children. I've been practicing mindfulness for over 20 years. I'm the creator of Mindful Parenting, and I'm the author of Raising Good Humans, a mindful guide to breaking the cycle of reactive parenting and raising kind, confident kids. Hey, welcome back to the Mindful Mama podcast. I'm so happy you are here. This is a new special Friday edition where I'm talking to you about some mindful parenting concepts. These mindful parenting bites, as I'm calling them, are going to be short and good for you to fit into your camp pickup drive. That's what I use them for, my drive to pick up my child from whatever place. Anyway, I'm really excited to connect with you today. Welcome if you are new. So happy for you to be here. And if you are a podcast listener, familiar with all those episodes or a few of them or whatever, I'm also so glad to be connecting with you again. This is awesome. I'm so glad we're here. All right, so we're going to talk about, is love enough? Is love enough? Right? Love is all we need, right? That's what the Beatles said. I'm sorry to subject you to my singing, but that's what the Beatles said. And maybe is love all we need? We're thinking about it in terms of our kids. And we love our kids, right? We really love them. That's not in question. That's part of the package, whatever they are. Maybe we don't love the whining and the screaming and all those things, but we love our kids. So that's great. But let's ask this question first. What's the goal with raising our kids? For me, I want to raise happy, healthy, emotionally grounded kids. I want to raise kids who are comfortable in their own skin and confident. They're kind and they're competent. That whole piece about being comfortable in their own skin, that's hugely important to me. I don't want them to have the overwhelming anxiety and doubt and things that people in my generation seem to be plagued with, right? That we struggle with. I mean, I know they're going to have their anxieties and doubts and things like that, but I want them to be emotionally healthy, comfortable in their own skin. That's my goal, because I know that financial success and all the other good things we want for our kids are going to stem from that. If they are kind and confident and comfortable in their own skin, emotionally healthy, grounded kids, then all the rest will flow easily from that. So that's my goal. So I want you to first kind of think about, you might even want to pause this, think about what's your goal. What is that? What is your goal for raising your kids? Then when we think about the question, is love enough? Is love enough to be able to meet that goal that you have? And for the purpose of this podcast, I'll assume that we have similar goals for raising happy, healthy, emotionally grounded kids who are confident and comfortable in their own skin. That's what we want, right? So the challenge and the opportunity. Love, unfortunately, is not enough to reach that goal. The truth is, if love were enough, everyone in the world would be perfectly emotionally healthy, competent, confident, grounded people. Unfortunately, that is not true. Huge parts of the population are feeling overly anxious, ungrounded, far from confident, even before the pandemic, of course. It's its own pandemic of mental health issues, right, that we have. So love is not enough. And I think about this from reading Dr. Shivali Sabari in her book. I think it was from The Awakened Child. She said, just because we love our children doesn't mean we know how to be present with them, attuned to their inner world, and able to help them realize who they are. It certainly doesn't mean that we know how to navigate our own anxiety, control our reactivity, or harness our reason and objectivity so that we can be of help to them. We can love our kids and then inadvertently cause them harm and dysfunction, right? Kids need parents who are loving. Right? We need to love our kids. It's so, so important. Our kids need that unconditional love enormously. They really need it. And for us to give that, we need to love and accept ourselves. exactly as we are. Now, I'm going to repeat this because this is such an important thing. Brené Brown says, we cannot give what we do not have. I say we cannot give what we do not have at the top of this podcast all the time. So it's so important for us to understand that for us to give that unconditional love, we need to love and accept ourselves exactly as we are, flaws, warts, and all. That takes a little work for some of us, right? So children need parents who are loving, but they also need parents who are able to stay calm in the face of stormy emotions. They need parents who are emotionally stable and available. They need parents who are firm, yet flexible. And they need parents who are relatively stress-free. Oh my gosh, that sounds like such a tall order, right? And it's funny because we think with parenting, we think it's all about the child. Let me help the child. But the kids, they're helped most by having a parent who is present, who is able to really be present and emotionally available, right? They need us to be available. So this is a lot of work for us to do on our own. They're helped by having a parent who's firm yet flexible, a parent who's joyful, who can enjoy life, a parent who knows how to take care of their own feelings so they can model that for their child. It kind of sounds like a tall order, I know, but it's possible. This is the work we do. So is love enough? No, it's not enough. There's more work to be done. But the beautiful thing is that as we do this work, and this is the work that we do in mindful parenting, this work involves habits that steady the heart, the mind, and the nervous system. This work involves understanding our triggers, our childhood, having practices that really cultivate presence, self-compassion, being able to take care of your difficult feelings, being able to listen reflectively. It's the whole mindful parenting clear method. Calm reactivity, listen reflectively, express yourself honestly and effectively, attend, be present, resolve problems based on needs, which I'll go over that in another episode. But the beautiful thing is that as we do this work, we heal ourselves. We become more emotionally stable. We have less stress. We have less anxiety. We have less depression, more joy, and we're able to be more present and more resilient and tolerant for so many things. So all those little stuff our kids do are not so big. And then the cool thing is that kids absorb your energy. Like, we can't expect a child to regulate their emotions. If we're a stress case, right? Like, that's just not going to happen. Like, if you're expecting your small children to regulate their emotions so you can feel better, like, you're giving them way too much responsibility. They can't do that. Their brains aren't fully developed. They need you to regulate your emotions so that they can then absorb that energy. They can calm down. So when we become more emotionally stable, when we heal ourselves, when we have less stress, less anxiety, are able to be more present, all of those things, our kids feel that energy. And so their stuff doesn't go on and on and on and on the way it may now, because they regulate their emotions through us. They regulate their emotions through us, so they're able to regulate more easily because we are that grounded mountain. This is the work that we do in mindful parenting. If you want the roadmap for the work that we do and learn about the whole method, you can get it at mindfulmamamentor.com/stopyelling, or you can get on the mindful parenting waitlist and do the work together with me in person. 3 times a month, we can hang out and the amazing mindful parenting coaches. I invite you to check that out, but I'd love to hear what your takeaways are from this episode. This whole, is love enough? No, but this is an opportunity. We have this one short life. This is our opportunity. Use our kids' needs, our love for our kids to catapult ourselves into healing, because it's a 2-for-1 deal. It's for your kids and it's for you. If you liked this episode, please let me know, especially as this is a whole brand new thing and I haven't had any feedback yet, probably. So let me know, tag me on Instagram at mindfulmamamentor, and share it with your friends, of course. I always take a screenshot of the podcast I'm listening to and I share it with my friends. It's a great way to share, and on social media, of course, all that stuff. That really spreads the word. This whole podcast has grown completely organically to all the downloads it has now. So you are so powerful sharing this episode. So thank you in advance. I really, really appreciate it. It makes such a big difference. And I hope that this has helped. I hope that my sharing has helped you connect with something inside you. And I wish you a beautiful, peaceful week, weekend, evening, whatever you're going into. Thank you so much for listening. Namaste.
I have 2 kids. I have Violet, who's almost 4, and then I have June, who is a year and a half. As much as I sort of tried really hard to be a calm mother, I still was having a lot of those days where I was just like, trying hard just kind of wasn't working. That's why I took the course, and I feel like it's really helped. I think what I came away with was that it doesn't have to be like a big meditation practice. If I get 5 minutes, I'm better that day. That day goes better for me with my kids. Like just kind of taking that moment, like that breath before reacting to her makes a huge difference for me. That feels like a win. I think it's so valuable just to take the course because part of the value for me was just connecting with the other women and hearing that like you're not alone and everyone's dealing with some version of what you're dealing with. I felt like there was a lot of personal support on the calls.
I'd say definitely do it. It's really helpful. It will change your relationship with your kids for the better. It will help you communicate better. And just, I'd say communicate better as a person, as a wife, as a spouse. It's been really a positive influence in our lives. So definitely do it.
I'd say definitely do it. It's so worth it. The money really is inconsequential when you get so much benefit from being a better parent to your children and feeling like you're connecting more with them and not feeling like you're yelling all the time or you're like, why isn't things working? I would say definitely do it. It's so worth it. It'll change you.
No matter what age someone's child is, it's a great opportunity for personal growth and it's a great investment in someone's family. I'm very thankful I had this.
You can continue in your old habits that aren't working, or you can learn some new tools and gain some perspective to shift everything in your parenting.
Are you frustrated by parenting? Do you listen to the experts and try all the tips and strategies, but you're just not seeing the results that you want? Or are you lost as to where to start? Does it all seem so overwhelming with too much to learn? Are you yearning for a community of people who get it, who also don't want to threaten and punish to create cooperation? Hi, I'm Hunter Clark Fields, and if you answered yes to any of these questions, I want you to seriously consider the Mindful Parenting membership. You'll be joining hundreds of members who have discovered the path of mindful parenting and now have confidence and clarity in their parenting. This isn't just another parenting class. This is an opportunity to really discover your unique, lasting relationship, not only with your children, but with yourself. It will translate into lasting, connected relationships, not only with your children, but your partner too. Let me change your life. Go to mindfulparentingcourse.com to add your name to the waitlist, so you will be the first to be notified when I open the membership for enrollment. I look forward to seeing you on the inside. mindfulparentingcourse.com.